What's up, my friends?
What's up?
Hey, welcome back for another episode of the Limitless Podcast. Thank y'all for taking the time just to join us, hear what we got to say about all the crazy stuff that's going on in the world of sports, anime, and family. So let's go ahead and get it kicked off. What is it? Today is what? Monday?
Yeah, today is Monday, July the 10th.
And right before I came over here, we're actually talking about Pat Fitzgerald and the whole hazing incident that's taken place over at or hazing allegations that have taken place over at Northwestern up in Chicago. And before I came over here, found out
he got the boot.
Get on up out of here.
He got the boot.
So just for those of you who don't really know what's going on or what led to the firing, essentially, one of his previous players who wanted to remain anonymous for this, which okay, whatever.
I kind of don't like that though.
I don't either.
I don't like that
because if you're gonna say it, put your name on it.
Exactly. Like stop all this anonymity. Like it's not a murder case.
And so this player reached out to the school president.
Yeah, he was the whistleblower to the school president
and said, "Hey, pretty much this is what's going on at your football program. There's hazing. There's sexual assault, sexual abuse, XYZ is going on."
And I think that's what probably triggered it. When you say hazing, okay, the president or the AD is gonna, get somebody to look into that. Yeah. But when you say hazing and
sexual assault or sexual misconduct,
sexual abuse, like that is, I guarantee you that's what triggered it.
Oh yeah.
That's what triggered the full blown investigation.
I mean, bro, like if you looking at society as it is now, it was a trigger word.
Oh, absolutely.
At first when I saw this, it really made me think, okay, is this guy just being like overly emotional? Because, playing football, we all get really close.
Yes.
Probably too close.
Yes. A little bit too close.
A little bit too close.
The things that go on and the things that happens to go on in the locker room is like.
But it's one of those things that we don't take it to the heart because it's a brotherhood.
Yeah, you going about your day. The only time you take it to heart, or the only time you make a statement for is if you like, okay, you done went too far with this. You done went too far with this BS. Like, chill out.
Exactly. And you have a couple of those players on the team where you really got to put them in check.
Because they will play a little too much.
But overall, that's kind of the general consensus with any team. And that's why I kind of thought, okay, is this guy is he just sensitive? Is he does he have a vendetta? That was my initial thought. But looking into it further,
I'm sorry to cut you off.
Go ahead.
I think it's a bit of both. I think it was right for him to do it, but I also think that you have an ulterior motive simply because if you just wanted it to be done right,
you would have said it when it happened.
Put your name. You would have said it when it happened, and even if you did say it, even if you wanted to wait to say it later, you're gonna put your name on it. And you're going to take accountability for what's going to come along with what has happened.
Yeah. And what I don't want to do is come across as I'm attacking the victim, but it kind of begs the question, would he have reported this if he was successful on the football team, starting on the football team?
That's a legitimate question. I just feel like if I'm gonna blow the whistle on something, I said it.
Yeah, facts.
I've done it at my job.
Facts.
Tools have gotten stolen at my job, and I go and I'm looking, and they come and ask them like, "Well, no, these tools were stolen." I'm putting my name because yes, I'm the one that said it.
Yeah.
Because if something goes wrong, there's no need, like I said, there's no need to remain anonymous with certain situations you want to remain anonymous, life or death type situations, fear that somebody's going to come after you. Yeah. Something of this nature.
It's not worth it.
Put your name on it.
You need to put your name on it.
Say you're the one that stand there with your chest, because you're taking up for the people who were victims to this.
Yeah.
And they need to know that somebody is essentially in their corner. But like
exactly.
I said, I just feel like there's somewhat of an ulterior motive that's just my opinion on it.
Facts. And so what, Pat Fitzgerald, he was fired 2 years into his 10-year contract extension.
Oh wow.
Now I don't know exactly how all that works, because I would assume he's fired for cause.
Yeah,
so I don't know how that works with
you know that.
money and all that stuff.
You know that's in that contract somewhere, in that fine print.
And so the question I want to ask you is, do you ultimately agree with him being fired?
Yes.
Even if he didn't, I'm not gonna say he didn't know, but even if you didn't know,
I do. Simply, and I agree with him being fired for the sole purpose the sole reason you're the head coach.
True.
End of discussion. Like, you're the head coach. As the head coach, you are responsible for 100 and some odd players.
Yep.
Plus
all the auxiliary staff,
ball girls, ball boys, water girls.
It's a lot of
the student trainers that are coming along with you on these trips, and whomever else that does not hold a title above you.
Facts.
You're responsible for all of these people. And when we're talking about the football team, I say it again, you are the head coach. Being actively involved with your players, at some point, something is going to slip up. Yeah. Somebody's going to slip up and say something regarding this in the years that you have been there. Because I can't recall how many years they say
he's been there for a long time.
No, I'm saying I can't recall how many years they say this had been going on.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, I think he's been there for a total of 25 years. I think 4 years as a player, and then he was an assistant coach. And then
he's been there
for a minute. And so with all of that, you know the full inner workings of Northwestern.
Yeah, I truly find it harder to believe that
he didn't know.
He didn't know. You may not know the specifics of what's going on,
but you knew something. You knew something was going on.
And I guess the one thing that was most daunting in the report to me about the whole situation was that they were saying that he barely comes down to the locker room.
And see, that's
How are you supposed to have a pulse on the team if you aren't in the locker, where that's where the largest collective of your players are going to be a given time, from the meeting room.
At any given point in time. And with having 100 and something players on your team, that's 100 and something different personalities. We all know from playing football, you're going to have a few people that are going to be talkative.
Oh, facts. Your captain should that's the reason why you make them team captain.
No, I'm saying you're going to have a few people on your team that just likes to run their mouth.
Oh, yeah.
We all know it. Even if you have a group of, even if there's just a group of friends, there's one friend in that group that likes to talk.
Oh, yeah.
Can't hold water.
Thank you. I wanted to say something else. Right.
Can't hold water. And so with that player talking, and then you have your captains there. Okay, he talks, captain finds out, captain reports to coach, or coach happens to be in the locker room at that point in time and overhear this. I'm sorry, wait, what? What's going on? Oh, no, we was just talking about, no. Team meeting right now. I want everybody that is under me, and I want the AD and president here, team meeting.
I want asses and seats.
Now. Right now. So, and like you said, with that coming out saying that he was barely in the locker room, that just furthers the cause for you to be fired.
Man.
Because it's like, well, why are you not being involved with your players? Because it's no different than being a father of a family.
Preach.
Family fails, it's on you, bruh. It's on you. It ain't on nobody else.
Going on with my family. They're not gonna go to Asher. They're not gonna go to Andrea. They gonna come to
you.
What happened? Lon?
First, second, third reason you're responsible for. Now maybe fourth reason they might start to trickle over to the wife. But them first three shots coming straight at you.
have a tight shot group on.
Bruh. Head coach for Colorado. Before Prime got there, and now that Prime is there, that team fails. Guess what? Prime or the coach that was there before him. That's why he done got booted.
Man, I honestly think that this. So I agree. It was right that he got fired. But I feel that even if he didn't get fired, even though they gave him a contract extension, he was on borrowed time anyways.
Yes,
because Northwestern is just like Vanderbilt.
110. I think I think his record. He was the most winningest coach. I think.
Oh yeah.
100. But your record, you're 110 in wins. You're 101 in losses.
And bro, they are very comparable to Vanderbilt.
Yes, education wise, phenomenal.
Education, but they are athletically, they are the cellar dweller of the Big Ten.
Yes,
but and I just kind of felt like if this didn't happen, he was still on borrowed time, even though
he was still gonna get fired for not being productive like how they wanted him to be. This just puts a very bad stain on his resume.
And I really wonder what's going to be the state of the football program now, because he was, even though they weren't great, he was the reason they were as good.
He was a good mind. He was a good mind for the team.
Yeah.
With his future, it's gonna be interesting because
I don't see him going anywhere else. Or if he does get an opportunity, it may be like a analyst.
Something like that.
Something of that. Just because Bill O'Brien did that.
I don't see him. If he does get a head coaching position, I think it's gonna be at a significantly smaller.
It may be like Group of 5 or D2.
Yeah, something like that, or he probably maybe even high school, because that statement that came out saying that he was hardly in the locker room.
That's damning.
For a coach. That's damaging. That's because any president, athletic director, anybody that is looking to hire you is going to wonder: is this really true? Like,
is this really you?
How were you? How involved were you with your guys?
And bro, like it's crazy because, like I said, I mean it's a pretty lengthy article, but of everything that was in there, aside from the allegations, and
aside from all of that,
the one thing that stood out to me was that
because you're the coach,
you're barely here in the locker room.
You're the coach. Yeah. Like I done signed up. I done committed. I done said I done did everything.
And now I don't see you until game day or practice.
And yeah, you got something right now. Yeah, I done did all of that, and now it's on your beard.
All right.
You did all that, and now it's like, what coach at? Oh, coach in the office. Man. He's looking at film. Coach don't come in here and engage with us like at all. Like even Nick Saban, even Kirby Smart, you see them actively involved. Even Brian Kelly, you see them actively involved with their guys. I might not know everything that's going on in this locker room,
but I know enough.
I know enough to where I will snatch a knot and some Abbots if y'all get sideways.
I know enough to where what happened at Northwestern ain't gonna happen here.
Or if it does, y'all getting booted immediately. No ifs, ands, or buts about it, because I'm not losing my job for you.
And this is definitely going to lead into. It's going to start, or it's going to bleed into a future segment that we're going to do in regards to what media days is now taking place.
Yes. Yes. And media days start on Wednesday, and y'all will get our updates next week after, the coverages and everything start to come out.
Yeah. I just, and one last thing.
This can go on for, this can continue going.
I just want to say this one last thing, and then we can move on.
But go ahead.
I really wonder now. I'm highly interested in the coaching search. Like, who's going to take the opportunity to be like, okay.
I'm not going to Northwestern.
I'm not either. But, it's one of those things that, like, are they going to promote within the program? Or are they going to look for somebody that's outside to come in. But it's just a difficult time right now because
I would look for outside versus inside. I don't want nobody from inside the organization because all of y'all was a part of this.
But it's hard though because we are, like I said, media days are starting, which kicks off football.
The season's pretty much locked in.
Literally, I can walk through the door and the season has started.
Season locked in. Yeah, it's locked in.
And that's why
commits
stuck.
Commits are in. They ain't got no choice but to probably pick somebody from on the inside for right now. But for the long haul, if I'm the AD president, I want somebody from outside. I'm redoing. I'm washing out this whole, or I'm washing out the whole staff for the most part.
Someone from the outside,
except for the students, except for the student trainers and all of them. But everybody that had a professional role, you getting booted. Okay, so. Enough of that.
Let us know what y'all think about the whole Pat Fitzgerald firing, please.
Yes, enough of that one because that can continue to go on. As you see, I am very passionate about it because it was his fault. But anyway,
it was his fault.
Topic number 2, and I think this one will be good because this will give you guys some insight. Because JoJo played college football. I was just a part of U of H's football organization. I didn't play. But this will give some insight on Media Day. So what is the big I can't think of the right word for it. What's the big reason for college football media day? Like, why is it such a big thing?
So, all right. So for those of you who don't know, generally the way the football season goes is you have fall camp, which leads into football, you have media days, which leads into fall camp, which leads into the football season, which then leads into bowl season, spring games, or spring practice, spring games, and then it starts all over. Mm-hmm. So after the spring game, generally there's like a 3 to 4 month break where there's no football going on.
That's basically a hiatus.
Yeah, and
time period.
A lot of the football heads, like news junkets and pretty much anybody that has a pulse on the game, they're thriving to see how are the teams. Not only how are they intended to perform, but how they're progressing in regards to their skill positions or any questions that they had coming out of.
How's everything going to be laid out for the season? Okay, kind of an insight into the teams themselves.
Exactly, and to see if there's been any progression from any issues that you had or that you identified during spring ball.
Okay.
And so generally what happens is every team will have a week to themselves. So this week it starts off with the Big 12, right?
Yeah.
And generally what they'll do is they'll bring 3 of the premier players from each team, come down, and each team will have a day to themselves.
No, so a full day.
I'm sorry. Like 2 or 3 teams will have
that full day. Okay.
And so it literally just gives the media an opportunity to talk to those players, pick their brains, figure out what their goals, aspirations are for the season. Figure out, are there any players that we should have on our radar that we don't necessarily know about, but you see them performing on the
practice field. Okay.
And then generally what happens afterwards is that the media will then rank where they see each team finishing within that conference.
Okay.
And so if you want to think of it,
so is that kind of where the preseason rankings come? So not necessarily where they come from.
That's where the media rankings,
the media preseason rankings come from. Oh, okay, based on the information that they've gotten from the coach, the premier players, and
they look at what players are coming back and all that jazz.
Okay.
So if you want to think of it as a fancy full course meal, right? This is like your appetizer.
Okay.
You're just getting a little taste for the palate.
Okay.
It's just something to hold you over because fall camp is literally, after they get done with media days, they're probably gonna go into fall camp 2 or 3 weeks later. Probably 2 weeks later.
Okay. I did not know about.
This is a big thing.
I saw it,
Yeah.
but I never really paid it any like real attention as far as like media day, simply because I never really put much into the media when they start, you know.
So those magazines that they'll like it'll be like a college football preview magazine. It comes out every year.
Yeah,
right around.
that's
this
what
time.
that is.
That's where a lot of this comes from. It highlights the recruits that like the 5-star recruits they have coming in, players that have left. Dude, they go insane with it.
So, question: who has? Which I think I probably know the answer to this. Who has the biggest media day? College football media day.
Generally,
conference-wise,
it is between. SEC always has the biggest one.
Okay.
But I would say a close second is usually either the Big Ten or the ACC. That typically follows suit afterwards.
Okay.
I think Pac-10 will have a pretty big one. I mean,
trash.
They have Caleb Williams at USC. This is Deion's first time.
Oh yeah, they're gonna eat that up.
They're gonna eat it up.
They're gonna eat this up.
So
he is the media. He's gonna steal. I'm pretty sure Prime gonna steal the whole media day.
If there was any time to be a football fan,
it's now.
It's right now.
It's right now because you're getting
so much going on.
It is. And you got Nick Saban battling back. You got Kirby Smart trying to three-peat.
Bro, I'm telling you, they're going to talk about everything that's been going on with Georgia. They've already kind of laid the foundation for what they want to talk about during SEC media days per team.
Yeah.
So like with Georgia, they're going to talk about, okay, even though you're looking to go for a three-peat, the target is on your back, but you're not helping yourself with the whole the incident that happened with the football player and the staff member where
you're not helping yourself with that, but it hasn't.
And then you're still having more incidents of players speeding throughout Athens.
Yes, which I don't. Have you ever been to Athens?
I haven't.
So Athens is a nice area. We was actually talking about living there at one point. Athens is a nice city. Yeah. But it's an old city.
It looks old from like the.
And I'm trying to figure out where y'all speeding it. Like it's just like that.
Where they're zooming through the strip with the bars and all that stuff.
That's just dumb. But I have noticed. So I've been paying attention to the recruiting. I have noticed that LSU has got a decent amount of recruits.
Yeah. Y'all cleaned.
Yes. And I think Alabama is ranked above us. I think Alabama is ranked above Georgia.
No, not right now.
Not right now? Not anymore?
No.
Okay.
Because I'm sorry, we'll get back to what we're talking about, but generally it's funny how Nick Saban does this. In the beginning of the recruiting recruiting cycle, Alabama is ass. Like horrible.
I think they're just trying to. I think that's just their game plan.
But then, bro, they like
pick up. It
picks up.
Alabama's running
like during the football season. It picks up like crazy. They flip kids from other teams.
Alabama's running a 400. Everybody else trying to run 100. Alabama's running a 400. Georgia's probably running like a 300 meter. Alabama is running a cool 400. Even though Georgia and no, don't get me wrong. I pray to God we go for a three-peat. But even though Georgia is going for a three-peat, I'm fearful of Alabama this particular year, simply because they've done not Georgia, but the media has done too much downplaying on Nick Saban. Oh, he's about done. Oh, he's about washed out.
I wish they would shut up.
His era is coming to an end. Okay, even if the era does come to an end, it's one hell of an era.
It is one hell of an era. I don't.
It's their job. It's their job. They're fueling the fire. It's their job.
They really are. Because
with media day. Yeah. Back to media day. The players that come, Like you said, it's some of the premier players. Like, are those players invite only, or is it based on the coach?
Handpicked by the coach.
It's based upon the coach. Yeah. So the coach chooses the player that chooses the players that he wants to bring with him for media day. Yeah. Okay. Shoot, it was one of those things I was going to ask you about me today. I know this was going to be kind of a short one because it hasn't even fully gotten started yet. Do you know how it's broken down? Like, who gets to go first for media day? Like you said, Big 12 is first right now.
Yeah, so each, I don't know exactly how they break down like which conference goes first. It's always just been that Big 12 is the first one to go.
Okay.
And then SEC is like generally the second one.
The second one. Okay, because those are your two. Well, yeah. I guess it's just two main ones. I'm more excited. Like, you made me be more excited about media day. Like, now I'm actually keep track of. I'm probably not gonna pay attention. I'm not gonna pay attention to anybody but the SEC for obviously. But
I mean, it shows up on SEC Network.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna watch it. Speaking of media, and this is just a quick tidbit. I did read a quick article about Undisputed. It's taking a hiatus.
I felt like I saw
it's taking a summer. He's taking a summer hiatus because he said nobody is in the. According to the article that I read, nobody's in the lab working except for LeBron, and he's excited. He's more so excited about the upcoming football season when it starts,
quote unquote.
Can't find nobody.
No one wants to work with you.
We can't find nobody. I thought that was pretty interesting to read. And you was right. It is a matter of, yes, that's his show, and he wants full control of everything.
Which is crazy.
Like, even though it's Fox, he wants full control over. And not to say that he's not. Not to say that Skip is not deserving of the amount of power that he has, but is it really worth it, bro, to ruin the show? Bro. Even though we already know the show is ruined, bro. Okay, I just wanted to throw that out there.
No, because
I just wanted to throw that out there. Like, I saw it, I was like, oh, I got to bring this up.
Skip.
I had to.
It just makes no. It makes no sense to me.
I had to. Why you would want that much power?
You want that much power, but you see it's hurting your pocket.
Sinking ship.
Because this is hurting your pocket.
I would rather go down with the ship than to let somebody else steer us away from this iceberg. No Titanic pun intended.
All right. So now, we saved this topic for last. It's one that really got my blood boiling. Well, initially when I saw it, I kind of just wrote it off because I really wasn't thinking about it. But when we actually started talking about it, I was like, what the hell is really going on right now? So for those of you who don't know, is it Jalen Kitna?
Jalen Kitna.
So Jalen Kitna
of Florida.
Last year.
Formerly of Florida.
Last football season, I think before everything got kicked off.
Yes, before everything
he was suspended from the football team. No one really understood why, but then it finally came out that he was in possession of or had means to distribute.
Both.
Okay. He was in possession of and had means to distribute child pornography. So
and that tells you all you need to know right there. I don't need to know no more.
And so then what? Today was it today? No, it was yesterday. It came out yesterday. It came out yesterday that the charges were essentially dropped because he pled no contest to what was that thing?
He pled no contest. Yes.
He pled no contest and took a charge of disorder.
According to the article, so he entered the transfer portal. He entered the transfer portal on Monday.
Yeah, that's what really got my attention.
So it says that he pleaded no contest to 2 counts of disorderly conduct. He is the son of John Kitna, former NFL quarterback
of the Cincinnati Bengals.
Yeah. So he pled no contest to 2 counts of disorderly conduct.
Yeah.
That was the plea deal. Within this plea deal, the child pornography charges were dropped. Now, not only were you caught with child pornography on your phone from further investigation or whatever device you had, you was also charged with 2 counts of distribution of this. On your phone, it was images of young girls. I just want to know, how do you drop? Okay, if we're talking about saving children, right?
Yeah.
We're always throwing that out there. We're always pitching that. The government's always talking about it. Law enforcement. It's the kids that matter. No child left behind. That goes for education, everything. If we're going to save the kids, how does that get dropped?
Bro,
I just want to know, how do you drop that based on the evidence? Not he say, she say. Full blown evidence that was caught on his personal devices or device. You drop the child pornography cases and he gets 2 counts. And then he's on probation for a year. And he'll be off in 6 months if he adheres to his parole. No. So I don't agree with that at all.
There's a couple of things I can only think of, and we're not in the business of speculating, but screw it. There may have been
this requires speculation.
A mishap in regards to how they did the investigation, in regards to what they can use in court. Or, I mean, like you were saying before, who's his daddy?
But even with let's dissect that first portion. Okay, even if it was that they some type of way they didn't do a proper investigation.
Like how did they get possession of said evidence?
Of said evidence. It's still two different ones. Yeah. The first one was the distribution. Okay, they came about that the wrong way. The second one was a further investigation, and it's on your personal device.
Yeah, bro.
How to get on your personal device? Don't lie and say somebody hacked your phone or hacked your laptop or whatever. Like, bull.
Bro.
Bull.
Man.
I'm just saying this, him entering the transfer portal. No.
No one's going to take a risk.
I'm not. No. You want me to buy this gun that got bodies on it?
Bro.
No.
Man, and like I was telling you this during pre-production, man, I hate going this route. I legitimately do. But it honestly makes you think
you cannot not go this route.
It's almost impossible for me to not go this route, even though people that know me know I'm not like this.
You would do yourself a disservice by not going this route, because
if that was me,
it's a wrap.
It's a wrap,
it's
bro.
A wrap.
Like,
it's a wrap.
I can't imagine any world where if I did that, if I got caught with that,
it's a wrap.
That I get the opportunity to plead no contest to 2 charges of disorderly conduct. And I just have a year of probation with a chance of getting off at 6 months.
We all know what disorderly conduct is. That you acting up in public.
It's pretty much the charges that he just got, but they just put it under that freaking large umbrella of disorderly conduct, because let's be honest, like
it's not disorderly conduct.
It's not. It's a big thing.
Yeah, disorderly conduct is you acting up in public, like, man, and you showing your ass in public.
And like I said, I hate going there, but it's just constant examples of things like this that really make me think, because there have been times in history where you've had a white person do one thing and a black person or a person of color do the same thing.
And they get two different charges. They get
two different charges.
sentencing. They get two different sentencing.
Or yeah, two different sentences.
Two different sentencing. So, being that our podcast also focuses on fatherhood.
Yes, sir.
As a father, I'll give my response as well. As a father, how are you going to handle that? Or are you going to pull? Well, yeah, I'm just.
If I was Jalen Kitna,
yes. How are you going to handle that? How are you going to handle that situation?
All right, so
regardless if they found it, regardless if they obtained the evidence illegally or it was baited, regardless of how they got the evidence.
Yeah.
The fact is that the evidence was in your son's possession.
Yeah.
How are you going to handle that?
All right, so if all things are the same and saying that my son got this deal and all that, right?
Yeah, everything.
All right, so of course I would want my son to take the deal, you know?
Yes.
But when we get home, we got to handle it. And y'all can take that, you can interpret it whatever way you want to. But he knows what I'm talking about with handling it. I know what I'm talking about with handling it. Because at that point, that's not a little boy. You in college.
You're my son.
You are my son. It's time.
You have a plethora of opportunities. I'm just say opportunities.
And bro, like
I'm just gonna say opportunities.
Man, I'll be angry, but mostly I'll be embarrassed
and hurt.
Bro, because
that ain't going away.
You're a representation of me, my name.
That ain't going away.
That's not going away.
No.
Even though they just gave you the charge of disorderly conduct, we understood why you got suspended from the team.
Yes, now it's
yeah, bro, and it's like, man, you have marred or tarnished our name.
Yes. Absolutely.
Behind some shit.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
100%.
So definitely we would have a talk. Definitely we would have a moment to ourselves where mama don't need to be nowhere in the vicinity.
That's a tough one. I mean, it is and it isn't. I'm sorry, go ahead.
And it's just, but you're right. It is tough, but I think it's tough in the sense that as a father, we take pride in the way we raise our kids,
especially both. I'm not gonna say your sons, but sons and daughters.
Yeah,
you take pride. You take
pride in how you raise your kids,
yes.
And I would assume, or let me just, for me, I know that I would put everything in place to make this not be a possibility for my son.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? And it's just hard that it's hard for me to see that John Kitna doesn't blame himself
I bet he does
in some form, because he's probably going back, okay, well, what if I didn't do this?
Shoulda, coulda, wouldas.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You know
he absolutely does. For me, and this is maybe where we differ a little bit. For me, I want you to take punishment for that.
Oh no!
Like
so if I was going off of he got the deal and all that.
Oh, okay, my bad. My bad. I didn't further dive into that. So take the deal away. Take the disorderly conduct deal
you
away
going to jail
before they offer you this deal.
Oh yeah. You
that's okay. So we both So I take that back. We both agree on that.
Yeah, it's a wrap.
You need punishment for that, because at the end of the day, what you was about to distribute and what you had on your phone, those are somebody else's children. Bro. Those are somebody else's kids. And we're probably never going to find out the intricate details of if they notified if they identified the children on the evidence that they had and from his phone. We'll probably never know if they notified those parents, which I would assume they did.
I assume they did.
If they did notify those parents, bro, you have destroyed. No, I'm taking that back. I'm not going to say destroyed. You have significantly hurt several families.
Oh, yeah.
Because now you have put people in a state of constant paranoia of, do somebody else have something on my son or daughter? Do I let them go to parties now? Mm-hmm. Do I let them go out with friends? Like, you see somebody's phone up. Are they looking? Or do they have it on their phone trying to figure out if that's my child? Like, it's a snowball effect. It's a snowball effect of hell right now.
You're right.
Because you're just in a state of you don't know. You don't know if he distributed that or not. If they caught it in time, if they didn't. The full weight of what he did should have came down on him with that situation.
You know, I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe this is just my own thinking, but when I hear that child porn,
yes,
or the possession and distribution of it, I'm thinking of like little kids. Anybody under the age of
15.
Is it 15?
I think it's 15.
I thought it was under the age of 18, right?
It might be 18. It may be. It may be. Either way,
you did it.
Either way, you did it. So whether it was 18 or whatever, you still got it on your phone.
Oh yeah.
Or mobile device. You're still trying to distribute it. So you're trying to sell this to other perverts.
That's not funny.
Everybody know what the word distribution means?
That's wild, bro.
Like, I don't understand.
And then to think that, okay, charges have been dropped, I can go back and play football. Bro.
This was the kicker. So you guys can't see it because I have it on my computer screen, but I'm just going to read this.
We'll have it put in the description below.
Police said that Kitna shared 2 images, and this is probably what's going to get you heated. 2 images of young girls being sexually abused via social media, and later said they had found 3 more images on his phone of 2 nude young girls in a shower. And you got them charges dropped.
They should have threw the book at his ass. I don't get that, bro. Like,
how can we say that we want to protect the children and we want full-blown repercussions for people who...
But we let ish like this go on.
But then you turn around and you allow him to escape. And now he has the opportunity, even though we both know nobody's probably going to pick him up, he has the opportunity to enter the transfer portal.
Bro, and look, it goes, and you'll find this out when you go into the military. And I mean, two of your best friends can probably tell you the same thing. But in the Army, man, standards and discipline. And the thing is, even though it's difficult, that's what I love about it, is because it's concrete rules, and you're
held accountable.
They treat everybody the same, just based off of what you've done. Now, do they look back and, you know, are you a stellar performer and this is just one blimp? Okay. Or are you a guy that just continuously F's up? Okay, they may handle that differently.
This is a full-blown F up.
That's a full-blown F up, bro. It's just... Man,
and there's no other way around it.
It's one of those things that we have to stop moving the goalposts, because we keep making exceptions, and exceptions allow shit like this to happen.
Cause you think that's gonna be his own? You think it's gonna be his first and last time?
It's like, man.
Do you truly think that that's going to be his first and last time with something?
He's gonna think, okay, cool, I got away with it.
I got away with it.
Boom, let's go.
And this, I didn't just get away. It wasn't just they found the picture. I got away with essentially a whole business plan,
bro. And you know, it's hard for me to not not challenge his character?
I 100% absolutely do.
Because anybody can.
You shared it. And you had stuff on your phone.
Well, what I'm saying is like anybody can redeem themselves.
Yeah, it's possible.
It's possible. Yeah. I mean, it's going to be hard, but it's possible. It's just, man, like, bro, what goes on in your mind?
I guess I am just cemented with certain things because I'll take a bullet for anybody, child. I'm gonna just say that. I'll take a bullet for anybody, kid. Mm-hmm. This, I just don't see how. I don't see how you can say that you're gonna redeem yourself, bro. I'm never gonna trust you. Period. Like, absolutely not.
Oh yeah, I mean,
to me, there's just certain things that
when it comes to kids, that's a
and I'm getting heated now. That's an area that you just don't cross,
bro. It's like one of those things where I could forgive you if you kill somebody, but if you mess with a kid, I can't forgive you.
I can't forgive you for that, cause them children, when they parents finally tell them, or when they get older,
they're innocent.
And when the media leaks their names, or if somebody gets some information on them, it's going to be horrible for them.
I really hope they don't go that route, man.
And I just don't see how you drop those charges. How you look him in the face, and how a judge agrees to drop those charges, knowing the evidence that was obtained.
Because it's well within the purview of the judge to be like,
no,
bump y'all deal.
No, he going down for this. He's going down for it. But
so I'm really interested to see like
what takes place,
what really took place to lead to this.
I'm gonna keep track of it because like I said, he's going into the transfer portal. We both know that he's probably not gonna get picked up, but we also know how the world works. He very well could. I hate to wrap this up, but I'm gonna let it go.
I'm tight right now. That's crazy.
Oh Jesus,
that is crazy.
Yeah. I'm gonna let this go. All right, guys. Give us y'all comments on this. As you can see, we are both kind of heated right now by this situation. Put in the comments how y'all feel about it. The information, the article, links, hyperlinks, and all that. That may be in the bottom. Tell us what y'all feel about this. And if there's something that you guys think is interesting, that you guys have saw, that you guys have read about, drop that down in the comments as well, so we can discuss that on our next episode.
Please, we are answering all comments back.
Yes, we are doing our best to answer all comments. Actively engage with you guys. Also, once again, I keep saying it, as things start to happen and as interesting breaking news start to happen, be on the lookout for our Instagram live quick sessions as we pop up to discuss those things.
Instagram, TikTok.
Yeah, Instagram, TikTok. Engage with us.
Yeah.
Tell us what y'all have going on. We got to do it. Oh, I forgot. See, this had me heated. I'm going to just say this, and I'm not going to go any further. Jujutsu Kaisen Season 2 crashed Crunchyroll servers. I got to start Season 2.
That episode.
You watched it already?
Was so good.
You suck. Okay, so he trashed, but I'm going to watch it, and we're going to talk about it. I think that pretty much wraps it up for today.
Yes, sir.
Anything else you got to say?
Even though this already happened, just want to say happy birthday to my little buddy, my son.
Yeah. Happy birthday, nephew.
Little Asher. It was a party this weekend.
It was nice. It was really nice. It was really nice.
But it's great to see that my little man is turned 2, or we celebrated him turning 2. He turns 2 on the 12th.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
But yeah.
It was beautiful. It was a beautiful thing. All right, guys. Like, share, subscribe, comment, DM, engage with us.
Yes, sir.
Tag us in something if y'all find something interesting. We would love that. With that, guys, deuces. We out.